Hi, everybody. My name is Forbes Riley, and welcome to Forbes Living. We focus on health, wealth, and happiness, and today's show should embody all of that. My first guest is somebody that I've known for quite a while, and we're both on a journey about personal development, self-discovery, and really working to up-level other people. It's my great pleasure to introduce Miss Michele Marshall.
Hi, Forbes. Good to see you again.
Good to see you here, too. All right, personal development.
Yes.
What does it mean for you?
For me, it's really an opportunity for an individual to dive in deep to search for who they are, their true self, and to be able to carry that out and emulate that in everything that they do.
Why do you think that's an important journey to be on?
Because when we grow up, we're raised to emulate our parents or emulate our family or the neighborhood around us. And then there's a point that comes in someone's life. It could be at any age. It could be, some are fortunate to discover in their preteens, some teenagers, some late in life like me, to realize, wait a minute, I've been living my life for someone else.
Okay, that hits home. Because my first seminar, I was 31 years old, and I concluded that all through school and college that I was doing things to please my dad. And this training opened my eyes. And the irony was, I called my dad crying, going, Dad, I figured it out. I do everything to please you. And he's like, I love you just because you're here. And he hung up, and I'm like, wait a second. And it was this amazing moment of, I felt like I could take off a winter coat and start to begin to be me. And then I started teaching and preaching this, because there's a freedom when you discover who you are, isn't there?
Absolutely. And like you were saying, it's that weight that gets lifted off you. And you know what's amazing? That was just the first weight. Because as we go through life, and because we're always evolving, and we discover there's other layers that we have to uncover, and then when we release that and release the next layer and the next layer, and that's all discovered through personal development.
Or the movie Shrek.
Like an onion.
I'm just kidding. It was a great, profound movie.
Of course, and it's so true. We keep going in and then we realize the heart of who we are. And by that time, we get to have that lightness and freedom of being ourselves unapologetically and attracting those who are the same way. And then we have our own community, the family of our choice, as well as getting along with the family, our blood relatives.
That is so true. The family you choose, the family that you're born with. Wow. So I've been on this personal development journey, and about 28 years ago, I did my very first Forbes Factor personal development breakthrough in my living room.
Wow.
And I didn't even really study what I'd gone through, but I had this epiphany and this sense of knowing that this is what I was supposed to be doing. And I had about 8 individuals in my living room, and it was amazing. It was so life-affirming. And then I went on this journey. When did you discover Forbes Factor?
I discovered Forbes Factor a couple of years ago, and I was apprehensive at first because you are so dynamic and so powerful. And I was just thinking, oh my goodness, it was so great to see a woman leading a personal development course and an exercise. And on that alone, I was excited to go. But then I was apprehensive because, oddly enough, I was concerned that I was actually going to find something. I wasn't truly ready yet. I wanted to go, but I wasn't fully ready to discover what it was going to be.
Okay.
And I went ahead and did it anyway. And yes, my original thought was correct. I didn't uncover what I thought I was going to uncover, which was to my benefit, because I uncovered at that moment what had to be uncovered, and really understanding what was, where I thought it was, I wanted to address something that was in my current state of life. I needed to address the past. Something that I thought, okay, if I already buried it deep enough, it doesn't need to come back up.
And I hear this all the time. People come and go, I figured that out. I forgave that person. I let that go. And what I've come to discover in my own life is that if you're standing in front of me, the law of attraction says you haven't finished. You're not done yet. Because I have a gift and a willingness and a programs to get you through that.
Yes.
You know, we have a 100% success rate.
Yes, I agree. I'm one of them, and I know it wholeheartedly. And you are such an intuitive person to really see into the heart of someone, and the way that you do it and the reasons why you do it, I think it's unparalleled to the rest of the industry. You're so much about giving.
Thank you.
And not about the get. And as during my journeys, I've gone to some events where it was really more about how much more dollars they can get from me as opposed to me enriching myself. And that's what I loved about being part of Forbes Factor, is it was really an opportunity for me to discover more about myself and then allowing myself and giving myself the permission to go deeper.
I love that word, giving ourselves permission. I'm all about this. I think I have uncovered something. I've also been through only male leaders in all the self-development I've ever paid to go through.
Right.
I've attempted to go to some women, not found what I was looking for.
No.
It was kind of in the same vein, I shouldn't even admit this, but I always go to male gynecologists. I don't know why. They don't have the same parts I do. I should go to a woman, but I'm somehow not trusting them. I don't know what it's a stigma, it's society.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a stigma, and unfortunately, society raised women to not trust each other.
Okay, I'm going to agree with that. I now finally have a woman doctor, and I'm the happiest I could have ever been. It took me too long to find her, but there's a level of trust.
Yes.
And you know why? It's because she doesn't act like a girl. She acts like a person.
Right.
And that was important to me. But the same thing in this self-development space, I would love you to turn to my audience here and just share with them what Forbes Factor means for you.
Oh, I would love to. Forbes Factor is one of those events that when you're ready, or even when you're not ready, you know that the time is here for you to dig deeper into your life. You know that there's an area that you want to expand upon and really discover about yourself. Within Forbes Factor Live, you get to do that. You get to be who you want to be and take yourself to the next level of life where you want to go. I highly encourage it for anyone.
Now, you've been here a lot. We've also been to Costa Rica together.
Yes.
It's the beginning of our journey to exploring the world. What, without saying names, has been something traumatic or dramatic that you witnessed in someone else?
I've noticed for people really talking about childhood traumas. And childhood traumas that they almost didn't want to talk about initially. And because they felt safe with you. And not only safe with you, it wasn't just a one-to-one, it was a nice intimate group of strangers.
Yeah.
And because the environment that you said is so welcoming and so freeing, they were able to express deep childhood trauma, that really allowed them to heal. And it opened up for everyone else in the room because then they discovered they weren't the only one.
Yeah.
And they weren't the only one with that experience. Also, it's a similar type of experience. So it really took away the stigma of the trauma that they went and they hid for so long, thinking that they were the only ones.
So I'm going to, put it forth to you that if you're somebody who is stuck, who's frustrated, who doesn't know why you keep sabotaging yourself, I actually have a solution for you. It is called Forbes Factor Live. I do it often in my studio in St. Petersburg. I've traveled around the globe doing this and hosting this in cities from Las Vegas to Seattle. We've been in Washington, D.C., Dallas, Texas, and soon, hopefully, to a place where you are if you can't travel here. Because what we're about is healing. What we're about is up-leveling. And if you knew that you could strip away the pain of the past, make memories that are so painful just disappear so that the future that you're writing is not rewriting something that's already happened to you in the past. It is freedom. I will tell you that what most people say after they've been through this is, oh my gosh, I feel lighter. I feel so empowered to move forward in my relationships, in my business, with my children, and with myself. And for that, I think Forbes Factor Live is one of the greatest things that I've ever been a part of. And I truly hope that I get a thank you from you after you've come to one. Michele, anything else that you'd want to share?
I just want to echo exactly what you were saying. Forbes Factor Live, Forbes Riley is the coach and mentor that you need in your life. Whether you're male or female, you want to come alongside someone who's going to look right into you, into your eyes, into your heart, into your soul, and really call forward the person that's in you that you've almost been holding back. So yes, look up Forbes Riley. You will not be sorry that you did, and you will really start to explore a journey that you couldn't have dreamed of, and you would be happy for it.
You know, on a personal note, I don't know that I could have dreamed that you'd be sitting here saying this because our relationship began during the pandemic.
Yes.
I very clearly remember you sitting in a hole somewhere on a video, not wanting to be seen, full of all of this darkness.
Yes.
And I can imagine, you know, there's a movie, the Time Machine, where you see it, and I'm imagining you that you came out of that you were in that office, and then your background changed again,
Yes.
and now it's different, and then you popped into my life in Costa Rica.
Yes.
And I will tell you, just to honor you, that you're one of my biggest success stories.
Thank you so much.
You really are, because you were an angry little girl at some point
Yes.
who was just fighting it and fighting yourself. And I remember going, I see something I don't think she sees. And I am grateful that you took the time, invested the money to be a part of our world, and then said, yeah, you know what? I want to play with you guys.
Yes.
So,
and I am so thankful for you for allowing me to play and allowing me to explore all the aspects about myself that I would have never dreamed of.
you have a book now?
I do. I'm a published author. I'm a
know.
best-selling author. These are things that were little dreams that I would have written down on a piece of paper somewhere and think, but now I can say it's a reality, and I owe that to you.
Well, I just love you very
Love
much.
you too, my friend.
All right, so you heard it from Miss Michele Marshall. You can hear testimonials all over the internet about the power of what Forbes Factor does for other people. I love that I get to be a part of your journey, and if you're ready, come on. What do they say? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. If I'm right for you, let's take advantage of this. I look forward to meeting you and people that you want to affect in your life. I have an amazing affiliate program. You can be part of this world. You can heal, you can grow, you can earn. For all those reasons, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.